Hey everybody, this is Tambeyoda. Today we're going to be asking the question, what would a Bayformer transformer inspired by a G1 transformer look like? From a prequel to the Bayformer movies, but not a Bayformer movie, but really is a Bayformer movie, we have Studio Series 38, Bumblebee movie, Optimus Prime. Optimus can be found in your local stores. I did find mine at Target for $29.99. He is a Voyager class figure, about 6.5 inches tall. Quickly, let's go ahead and look at the back of the box. And you can see here that it takes about 35 steps to transform him from his robot mode to his truck mode. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy open so we can check him out. So here's the figure outside of the box. Now he is the third Studio Series Optimus Prime with a new mold based off of his appearance in the 2018 Bumblebee movie, closely resembling his G1 design. He comes with his ion blaster and a backdrop that features the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, in this mode, Optimus is transformed into what appears to be a 1970s Marmon cabover truck, unlike the film's final scene, where he appears as a Freightliner. He can store his blaster on his back hitch, or an alternate location not featured in his instructions. You take the blaster down in between this gap area right here, and then bring up in between the legs and clip in. Now this is more of a friction clip, not a permanent place to tab in. Now an alternate way to clip that in is to undo these pieces right here, and if you take and push the handle up first in there, and that'll all clip in, and then you can bring these back down, and that'll hold that in place also, just like that. Now to get them back into robot mode, all you need to do is basically follow the instructions, but just in reverse. So we'll go ahead and remove this gun. And we'll bring these apart and start transformation. Alright, straighten them all up, and now we have Optimus back into his robot mode, just as easy as that. Now, for articulation, we'll come up here to the top, look at the head, it's on a ball joint, you can move it left and right, move it up a little bit. Now, I do believe if you can pop the head joint off, or the head off of the joint, and sand that a little bit, you can get a little bit smoother and get freer action out of that. Now, coming to the shoulders, he has two different joints in here that allows you to move that shoulder. So one to move it out like this, and one to move it forward and back. Now you do have a secondary joint here with transformation that you can move back a little bit to get a little bit more dynamic poses and such. Coming along down the arm, you have a bicep swivel along with your elbow. Now you do have a secondary swivel right here on the arm, but that's mainly for transformation. But the wrist does have a swivel, so you don't really need to worry about that. It's gonna create a weird gap anyways if you do that. It's gonna break the lines. So coming down here to the waist, you can twist the waist in both directions. Now it does get kind of hung up on that backpack kibble a little bit. Coming to the hips, basically all you can do is move it forward. Moving it back does get it hung up on that backpack kibble, and there's no way to really go around that. Now you can move that leg out to the side, and that's a separate joint. Then right below that, there is your twist. And then you have your knee, but it is an open knee joint. So doing that will basically create a hole in the knee, and it's going to break up that aesthetic for that joint. Now coming down here to the foot, you do have a couple of, you have a tilt, and then you have a, basically you can point the toe down. Those are your two joints down there. Now, my final thoughts on Optimus. This is a really good figure. Now, out of both of his modes, I believe, in my opinion, that this is the best. It allows you to see the most detail along with his paint apps. Now, his secondary mode, his truck mode. The reason I'm saying that this is better is because you have more flaws in the truck mode. Now, I believe that the windshield ratio to the rest of the truck, in my opinion, looks a little small. It looks like the windshields are, those front windshields up here are a little bit shorter. They feel like like I said, like they're small. Like you would need a larger window for that type of truck. And then in the back, right above the hitch, there's a large gap or a large hole in between his legs. Now you can fill that with alternate transformation or the alternate storage of his gun, but all in all, you could still see that there's some kind of gap in there. Now, if you are an Optimus Prime fan, I do suggest this figure. Now, all in all, we've been getting really good Optimus Prime figures this year. Hasbro and Takara have been kind of knocking it out of the park, if you will, with this Studio Series figure and the War for Cybertron Siege Optimus Prime. Now, which one is better? That's completely up to you. Now, if you want to have one for your collection over the other, I would leave that up to you to decide. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. I want to thank you so much for watching me once again, and I'll see you next time on Tambeyoda Reviews.